Welcome to newlytrading.com. News on some of the newest publicly traded companies on the TSXV, OTC, and on the CSE exchanges. Newly Trading is brought to you by thenewswire.com, the most affordable newswire service in North America. Get started with your free trial. Not just any wire. We are thenewswire.com. Today we're talking with David McGorm, CEO of Top Strike Resources Corp, trading symbol VENI on the CSE exchange. Good morning, David.
Good morning, Jim.
David, maybe a good place to start is sharing a little of your public market background and maybe a little history on Top Strike.
So personally, what I am is a capital markets professional. I've been in the business for the better part of 25 years. Most of that has been focused on the energy sector. However, about 2 years ago or so, I, along with my partners, pivoted into the cannabis space. And in those period of time, our initiatives have included 51st Parallel, CBI2, as well as the better part of probably 20 direct investments into the cannabis-related businesses. In addition to our experienced senior management, we have a very cannabis-savvy board. And I would encourage our listeners to take a look at our website and download our presentation and give you the background on it. Over a year ago, we started to focus our cannabis opportunities south of the border. The U.S. offers what we call a jurisdictional arbitrage. And what I mean by that is that it's illegal at the federal level, but it's legal at the state level. And this allows the entrepreneurial player some room and time to build their business before the major players in the big capital can dominate the opportunity. However, the challenge for these little guys is being able to access that capital. And this is where VENI comes in. We aim to be the go-to capital provider for early-stage cannabis initiatives with an emphasis on state-compliant opportunities in limited licensed jurisdictions.
Well, you just announced closing of recapitalization, appointment of a new management team, announcement of a new board of directors, and commencement of trading on the CSE. First of all, congratulations. That's quite an accomplishment, and obviously a very, very significant change for the company moving forward. So you've kind of touched on a little bit of the direction the company is going, and maybe you can expand the opportunity for the new entity.
Yeah, it really was kind of a unique transaction. What we did simultaneous to closing, and closing was Monday, September 24th, we raised upwards of $7 million. We delisted on the Canadian Venture Exchange, and we listed on the Canadian Stock Exchange. The reason, of course, why we did that is we do have initiatives and interest in investing into U.S. cannabis opportunities. And the Venture Exchange does not allow its listed stocks to, as we say, touch the plant south of the border versus the CSE did. So that's why we ended up doing this management recap through a delisting and relisting on the Canadian Stock Exchange.
Can you tell us what is next steps for the company and moving forward?
Sure. As I mentioned, we did close on our first tranche of financing. That was a little over $7 million. That was on Monday. We have a second tranche that we will be closing on October 12th. And this is actually open to all accredited investors. We are looking to raise probably another $2 to $3 million on top of our $7. The capital that we raise will allow us to pursue our investment initiatives. Our current pipeline is over $30 million. As I mentioned, we spent the better part of a year down in the United States uncovering opportunities. So our first order of business is going to prioritize our pipeline, and then we get to initiate our due diligence. I can tell you, Jim, that we've already been started on this.
Well, it sounds like exciting times moving forward with VENI, and we wish you all the best. If people would like more information, you mentioned a website. Can you give us that website?
You can enter it by www.vencana.com. You can download a presentation from there. And as I said, I would encourage you to take a look. It will show you our pipeline, and will show you where our emphasis are. It will give you much greater detail on our board and our management.
Thank you, David. All the best.
Thanks. Bye now.
That was David McGorm, CEO of Top Strike Resources Corp, operating as VENI Ventures, Inc., and trading on the CSE exchange under the symbol VENI. That's it for this episode of NewlyTrading.com, the podcast. News on some of the newest publicly traded companies on the TSXV, OTC, and on the CSE exchanges. Newly Trading is brought to you by TheNewsWire.com, the most affordable newswire service in North America. Get started with your free trial. Not just any wire. We are TheNewsWire.com. NewlyTrading.com and this podcast are solely intended for information purposes. If you're considering investing in securities, always consult a professional advisor. I'm Jim Ripley.